Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So, Dev Diary, the future of quests, a long-awaited roadmap is up, but unfortunately seems to be more, again, like a roadmap of a roadmap, because there are very far and few in between actual details and dates mentioned, which isn't the worst thing, but it's buried in such a huge wall of text. So I'll make it a point to kind of like condense as much of this information as quickly as I can, and then focus more on the more important things in my personal aspect. You guys are always welcome to correct me where I'm wrong. Basically, this the entire new thing, there's nothing of relevance. They're going to focus on making quests better, rewarding players. Basically what they have said in their short-term roadmap about book 2, and give us more choices and options, and cool, good. Any new details about variant 5? No, only as much as the fact that Spider-Man is going to be useful champion offensively with some big buffs in it, and the fact that variant 6 is going to be coming at some point. They can't promise by end of the year, but variant 6 is going to be in work, so this is not going to be the last variant. Now about Act 6, there are in fact two specific pieces of information posted about Act 6. First and foremost is the champion fight redesign, which I'm gonna stick around here for a second. And the way champion fight is going to be changed is that damage taken from nullify in the main event phase will be reduced from 10% to 2%, and that should significantly reduce the amount of damage you're taking, because it should work in combination with overall damage reduction in Act 6. So that damage is going to be reduced drastically. Block penetration for the champion will be reduced by 50%, which is one of the biggest kind of like pain points in my personal opinion, and that is a huge win, again, in combination of the reduced attack values. So you're going to be able to basically block for days by the sound of it, and they're getting rid of no retreat buff, a link thing. They're probably going to replace it with something far less harmful, or just leave it with no buff at all whatsoever. So obviously that is my personal main priority, I guess, when it comes to the champion fight. And then the dexterity requirements in his final phase will be reduced from 5 to 3, which I think is overall fair enough, kind of like nerf to the champion boss. Again, as I said before, I definitely didn't like the fight before, but I think the thing that kind of like put it over the edge was the no retreat node, but now seemingly he will in fact be a lot easier, so anybody who waited to finish him off will definitely benefit greatly from it. And overall there's going to be 40 to 60% reduction in attack values throughout, and the bosses will be scaled down by 60 to 75%, which is kind of funny, the idea that you will reduce the boss's attack by 75%. So basically the some attack value is going to get halved or even slashed further than that in Act 6. Obviously will make it a lot less prone to a lot of chip damage, which makes me wonder how the hell they did get inflated so much in the first place. But hey, that's a good thing. There's going to be a lot less chip damage in Act 6 for sure, so that's great. And that's unfortunately all of the details we have so far about the Act 6 nerf. They have identified some of the pain fights and will have some sort of discussion format with 20 or 30 summoners from across the battle realm at a time, I assume, and kind of like identify the most annoying, troublesome nodes and change them. But there is no time limit kind of like set on that for now, as far as I'm aware. But overall, that would probably include getting rid of some nodes of Mordo boss fights, getting rid of the Do You Bleed Rogue, the Acid Wash Mysterio, and a bunch of other annoying fights. So that is a good thing. Unfortunately, there's no real clarity of which fights will get selected, and obviously when that is going to get selected, but it's definitely a positive, so nothing to complain there for too much. Book 2 Chapter 1, there are no real set details there outside of the idea that they might be trying to do multiple bosses at this quest. They will additionally specifically designate easy and hard lanes, and they will add more rewards on the lanes themselves to kind of like mitigate the gap where you go from completion to exploration with like pretty much no rewards at all. And there also could be something like incursions type where you can swap out a champion in the middle of the quest at some point. So there are some interesting changes coming, but again, no real specific details or deadlines, but hopefully they make the book 2 quite good for sure. Cavalier difficulty, now this is the next concrete thing that we have been getting from Kabam, and that is the fact that it is going to be released on September the 2nd. So September the 2nd is official release date of Cavalier difficulty monthly quest, which is awesome. I guess it's cool. I mean, it's good, obviously. You can always wish it was sooner, but at least now we know when, so I can definitely appreciate that. And meanwhile, till September, they're going to have something called Canadian Herald difficulties on side event quest, to kind of like fine-tune the attack values and nodes, I guess. But yeah, so that's coming. Rewards boost. Unfortunately, rewards boost doesn't really mean anything. The only thing that they have confirmed in rewards boost currently is Act 2 rewards are gonna get boosted, but what I think most people are most eager to look at would be the rewards boost for daily 3-day events and stuff like that, and that's nowhere to be mentioned. I hope it gets included somewhere beyond this point, but yeah, basically so far we only know that Act 2 rewards will get boosted, just like Act 1 rewards were boosted, and just like Act 1, Act 2 rewards compensation thing is going to go out only if you have completed Act 2 within the last 3 months. So no endgame, no experienced players will get compensation from this, only kind of like the people who have freshly explored. So my main account will not get any rewards compensation. My mini account, well, I haven't explored Act 2, so if I choose to explore Act 2, I'll get the rewards there. But yeah, so that's that. Beyond the quest, battle music, don't care. And the final kind of like significant piece of information would be that we will have boss rushes in July. Boss rushes in July is going to be 5 weeks straight of coming out boss rushes, kind of week by week, where every week a new boss rush gets released, and then the 5 week is going to include all of the final bosses. So that sounds quite interesting. I'm quite definitely looking forward to that. And more, and there is something going to be called Summer of Pain, working title, that's going to be designed specifically for like creme de la creme, kind of like the most accomplished summoners that have explored Abyss and that have explored Act 6 and so on and so forth. So basically the whales and the most hardcore players. That's kind of exciting, but again, there's absolutely no details, so I'm not gonna get overly excited about that. But that's pretty much all, and that's also kind of disappointing, because just check out how much text is there. A huge wall of text. And I'm gonna jump away from here. I'm just gonna jump down here. So there are like 5 specific set concrete things that we know. Champion fight nerf details, which I went over. It's exactly how champion fights can get nerfed, and I think it's gonna be far more manageable. You're likely gonna need exactly the same champions as you did before to deal with the champion, because none of the fight mechanics changed, in sense of he's still gonna go unstoppable as much as he did. He's still gonna regen, so on and so forth. He's still gonna be unblockable. So when it comes to required counters for the champions, still gonna be exactly the same list of champions. It's just the fact that the fight itself is gonna be a lot more forgiving. You're gonna be able to block a whole lot more, so on and so forth. So that's what's changing. But I think it's a decent kind of like well-balanced nerf overall. Perhaps I'm wrong. You can leave a comment on that. So then we have the Act 6 values. Act 6 attack value nerf, and we know details of that, where they're going to bring it in line of kind of like Grandmaster boss fight and significantly reduce those attack values. So that's going to make a lot more matchups much more tolerable. Like, I don't know, Havocs, perhaps you're going to be able to survive some detonations. Like Magic, you're going to be able to eat some limbos. Obviously, the boss fights will be far easier. All of those fun and interactive fights where you have to take unavoidable damage or damage and block, obviously are going to get a lot easier, and they are going to further work on nerfing some of the fights there, so that's good for sure. Now, September 2, Cavalier difficulty, good, finally good to have some sort of certainty on that, even if it is still 2+ months away, at least we know. Unfortunately, we have no clue about the rewards. The only indication they say about the rewards is that there will be an easy path in Cavalier difficulty that's easier to complete for kind of like brand new Cavalier players, which focuses on letting people take champions up to rank 5. And then exploration would probably be where majority of the shards and some other materials come from. But again, with no details, I cannot really comment on the rewards, obviously. So July, we're going to have full month of both rushes, again, with no details and no reward descriptions and no set information of events, but at least it does sound something extra to do, which I'm always happy about. And some OP version of Summer of Pain for summoners, for like the most accomplished summoners. So that's about it that they say kind of like set in stone more or less in here, and which is somewhat, well, not a lot. The indication of them trying and pledging to make better quests is nice and all. Some of the ideas that we might see an increase in individual path rewards and so forth, though overall, again, I was much more hyped for the announcement than I am right now, I'll tell you that straight up. Now, obviously, if these points address your specific kind of issues and problems when you were expecting, then I fully expect you to be absolutely excited. But at this point, I'm kind of thinking to myself, I don't know what I was expecting, because I was kind of like hoping for a bit more details, probably, a bit more dates. Bit less pointless blabbering, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so anyways, this is where we're at. This is the first part only, obviously. We have 3 more roadmaps to the roadmaps by the looks of it to wait for, because this realistically looks like another roadmap for events that are going to come in future. And yeah, no, the changes that... I'm trying to find the best words for this whole thing. The things that they talked about, obviously we knew that are coming. So initial roadmap, we had a lot more excitement for that. There were hardly any details, so I didn't feel that I gained a whole lot of new information. And I guess this is a lesson to me to kind of lower my personal expectations, or I don't know, because that is the, I guess, the pain point. And again, the things that are said here is stuff largely that we knew outside of like OP Summer of Pain and a couple of specifics. I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely don't know what to think. It's not that I'm mad or I'm trying to be negative. But I'm trying to look at all of this with a straight face and kind of like value the plus and minuses. The information that I have acquired from this very, very lengthy announcement is very far in between. And yeah, and coming on back of disastrous 2 AW announcements, this just doesn't seem like nowhere near enough to make me kind of happy with what they're doing. This isn't bad, but this is definitely good and step in the right direction. But again, it's... well, I guess it is what it is. Anyways, I don't want to stretch the video out any further. Let me know what you guys think about the changes. What you expected? Did you see what you hope to expect? Are you excited about the things to come? And are you satisfied with this format of announcement, with the amount of details in it, or you think it's kind of like just a lot of hot... I don't know. Again, I don't ever want to scream like foul at any announcement, and I'm trying my best to kind of like find the good things here. So champion, but again, I don't know. I'm just making myself look like a fool here, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you think. I am a bit puzzled. I'm a bit confused how this is meant to be clarification that needed a roadmap leading into this. I don't know. So help me out in comment section, right? I'm gonna drop the camera, obviously, so you guys can see Baby Yoda, be mesmerized by his beauty, forget about my ugly mug, and tell me, what do you think about this Dev Diary, the future of quests? Are you excited? Are you gonna be rushing into Act 6? We don't know when the changes are coming live, but are you waiting for them? Are you happy with the announcement? Are you happy with the changes? Yeah, let me know what you think. I am still a bit puzzled. But either way, I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons, and I'm gonna catch you later.